8179, or look them up on the web, sharpwindowtint.com.
Why have thousands of aspiring authors teamed up with Christian Faith Publishing to publish their book? Because Christian Faith Publishing is an author-friendly publisher who understands that your labor is more than just a book. We provide authors freedom and flexibility throughout the publishing process, professional book editing, award-winning design, and some of the highest royalty structures in the publishing industry. And as always, you will retain 100% of the rights to your book.
I was looking to find a company that I could trust, one that assisted in the editing process completely.
The most important qualities that I was looking for was a publisher who was honest and upfront, no hidden costs or fees, and owning the rights to my own work.
Christian Faith Publishing will publish, market, and sell your books in all major bookstores, online booksellers, as well as specialty Christian bookstores. Call for your free author submission kit.
800-978-4812. 800-978-4812. 800-978-4812. That's 800-978-4812.
Fast Track Student Loans can get your student loans out of default, stop any wage garnishments, stop collection calls, and stop seizure of your tax refund. Give yourself a break. Stop the stress and get your student loan payments down to as little as $25 a month based on what you can afford to pay. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395.
You're listening to Joco Community Radio.
Well, hello, Jobber Nation. Welcome to the Jobfather. And we
live long and prosper.
Yes. We are brought to you by Joco Community Radio, which is proud to be the voice of Johnson County, Texas, and is live 365 on the TuneIn Joco.com radio app. You can go to TuneInJoco.com to choose how you listen. You can go to your iPhone, iStore, or your Android store and download the Joco Community Radio app. And it will make it so easy for you to listen to the Jobfather on the go. And something of importance, this episode and more is brought to you by Patriot Claims, making your insurance work for you. We know Nona Reed, your Texas sales rep, personally. You can reach out to Nona Reed at 844.text.hail. That's 844.text.hail. We are excited to be here. We have a jam-packed lineup today. But we are here to reach the masses, support the job seeker, support the individual that is in their job search. So please go to LinkedIn, like Joco Community Radio. That will help us expand our reach. Again, go to LinkedIn and be sure to like Joco Community Radio. And don't forget to download the app in your app store for free. It will make it so much easier to listen to the Jobfather, whether you're at home or in the car, out on a hike. We want to be able to help. Well, with that being said, we have our one and only Jobfather, Foster Williams, about to share with you some exciting details on today's show. And we want to also reach out to the airwaves and say thank you, Mez, for being our show manager. She is a blessing to our show.
Yes.
She is our hype lady. Before I turn it over to you, Foster, how about I say a quick word of prayer?
Hey, get after it.
All right, let's bow our heads. Heavenly Father, thank you for the opportunity to serve you and to come on to the air today to help those in their job transition, in their job search. Thank you for our guests who have volunteered their time today. And thank you for Mez, who volunteers her time every week to help this show run smoothly. And for Tiffany, that brings us into the Joco Community Radio family. Bless us as
Yes.
we go into the weekend, and may you be glorified. In your name we pray, Jesus. Amen.
Amen. Well, you know what, guys? Whatever Dana just said, I'm going to say, what did Dana just tell y'all? So before the day's over with, actually, when we get through talking to Craig over there, Craig Bohall, guys, is going to be the first person we're going to hear from. And we've got Jennifer Cade that's going to tell us about somewhat of a HR focused job search. And you guys are going to think Craig is the job father after we finish talking today.
Craig's pretty awesome.
Craig is pretty awesome. And Dana, next Tuesday, we're on again with Craig.
Yes.
And so,
looking forward to it.
yeah. So let's talk a little bit about that, guys. Craig is a business development main guy for a company called Casper. I'm going to let him tell you guys about what Casper is, and then we're going to talk about our BTNG business technology networking group. We've got an event coming up next week. We have this event every other month. This thing has been so successful in helping people develop those. I'm coming close, Dana. What's my word?
Relationship.
Right. That's it.
You like that little wink?
Absolutely. You know, guys, when we have a relationship, it adds a lot of value
It does.
past just our resumes and
Yes.
sharing our resumes and applying for jobs. Well, do you know someone? Do you have a relationship with someone in that company that may be able to help you? And so that is the crux of what BTNG does. And we are already seeing a great number of successes coming out of that. So I'm going to introduce you to Craig Bohall right there. He's the only Bohall I know. And Craig, tell us a little bit about Casper, and then let's talk about BTNG and all the stuff that me and you talk about all the time, me, you, and Dana.
All right, great. This is
Yeah.
exciting, and thank you, Dana and Foster, the Jobfather, for having me on. So I'll tell you a quick bit about Casper. Casper is an acronym. It stands for Continuous Air and Surface Pathogen Reduction. So what that really means in plain layman's terms is when we have a Casper unit inside an indoor space like a classroom or airport or doctor's office, shopping center, yogurt shop, whatever, that it is constantly disinfecting the air and eliminating viruses and pathogens such as SARS-CoV-2, H1N1, MRSA, C. diff, nasty, bad stuff that nobody wants to transmit to another human. So we're in schools. One of the biggest claim to fame we have is that all the minute clinics, the CVS minute clinics in the United States of America, all 1,100 of them now have Casper units in there to protect not only the CVS employees who get obviously around pathogens every single day, but all their customers as well. So we've got hospitals, UCLA Medical Center, Staten Island Ferry, all kinds of different places that have it. So that's a little bit about Casper.
And you know what, guys? They have some smaller units that would work good in your apartment too. Something to think about. We need to, we don't know what's going on in this crazy world, and we don't know what we're breathing. Oh my goodness.
I know it.
Yeah, let's clean it up a little bit. So, hey, that is Casper, and that is what's going on. That's Casper. CASPR, guys. CASPR. Hey, Craig.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
What is it? Casper, is it CASPR.com is the website?
Casper Tech, CASPRTECH, CasperTech.com. Or if anybody connects with me on LinkedIn, you can probably find, Casper through my LinkedIn page as well. Either way.
Absolutely. I see Jason Hopper is with us. Hey, Rex. Rex is out there. Jason's with us. Oh, my goodness. Always mess.
Always good to hear Jason Hopper. Hi, Jason.
Yeah,
Hey,
Jason is the man. 50 grand.
And hey, Rex.
Yeah, Jason, it's funny. Jennifer and I were talking about Jason earlier. So, hey from Jennifer, too. That was her way. What was her waving at you? All right. So, Craig, I want you, because you were elected to be the leader with the most of our BTNG. organization. Let's talk a little bit about BTNG and how it got started. You and guys, before we do, I want you guys to know a caveat of information. Craig, through the power of the network, landed his job at Casper. That's how Craig got there. That's why Craig is he has firsthand experience with the power of this network and how it works.
Oh, yeah.
And a number of reasons probably why he was selected to be the main face, the main man, 50 grand
Yeah.
of BTNG. Now, BTNG stands for Business Technology Networking Group, but
Yep.
it's a little bit more than just technology now. So I'm going to shut up and let Craig tell us a little bit of something.
Yeah, let's hear about it, Craig.
All right, here we go.
The legend.
Yeah, BTNG, yes, it is a networking group. But when most people think about networking, we think about going, having a glass of wine, shaking a bunch of hands, grabbing 20 business cards, and then going home. And it really doesn't affect much of our lives, right? But this is different. This networking group is focused on one thing and one thing only: helping job seekers meet recruiters. Okay. So we've all been in the situation. I was in it where, hey, you don't have a position, you're looking for your next position, you're in transition, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
And we're going to networking events. And I went to boatloads of them.
You did, yeah.
My wife said, would you stop going to these? They're not helping you.
Hey, Shannon.
Yes. But she was like, you've been to 50, you don't have an interview, you don't have a job, go do something else, because this isn't working. So what we do at BTNG is say, look, we're not here to shake hands and exchange business cards and small talk. We're here to take job seekers, put them in front of recruiters, and build a relationship.
Let me get close. That's what I'm talking about, Dana. All right.
So that's what we do. So we've got about anywhere from 10 to 15 recruiters coming from different companies. So we have companies like Thomas Edwards. We have companies like Robert Half, Odyssey, R2 Technologies, which is very specific. Matrix Resources, which does a phenomenal job. They have 20, 25 recruiters here in Dallas. So they've got a ton of jobs, a lot of different places. So we bring those people together. We bring the job seekers in. Gosh, it costs a ton of money. Like, how much does it cost, Foster, to have a job seeker come into this event?
Well, it's free 99.
Free
99.
Oh my God, you guys might. Thank you, Trevor. I love that free 99.
Free 99. So job seekers pay nothing. The people who come, the recruiters, have to bring their criteria for coming into the event. They don't have to pay me because we're not trying to make money. They have to, number one, bring a minimum of 20 job openings that they currently are trying to fill right now.
Okay.
And I tell them, don't you dare bring me something that's already been filled 3 weeks ago or something, just to put it on a piece of paper. 20 jobs. So if I have 10 recruiters, each bringing 20 jobs, that's 200 jobs that a job seeker could come in and look at right that very night. Number two, they cannot get into my meeting unless they bring me a $25 gift certificate that I'm going to raffle off to the job seekers.
Oh, man.
So great.
If you're a job seeker, you're going to come and look at 150 to 250 jobs.
Yeah.
You're going to meet recruiters and build relationships, and you probably will win a gift card.
And
So
You probably
awesome.
walk out of there with more than you came in there with.
Yeah. And Jobfather Nation, I can say this. I am honored to be a part of this unique approach to career fair and an opportunity to build relationships. Because Craig really does redo the landscape and make it a genuine opportunity to build those relationships, meet people, and to look at active, real, open positions.
Yeah.
And how many times, and Craig can testify to this, have we gone to job fairs or career fairs and they weren't necessarily open real positions? Right, Craig?
Everybody's just there to, build this database somehow of 10,000 people, whatever. So, yeah. And I tell people all the time, they ask me, they say, oh, if I go to this event, will I get a job? Maybe. But I said, why are you thinking about a job? I'll tell you something that's 10 times more important than a job: a relationship with 3 recruiters.
So true. I mean, Craig, thank you for speaking the Jobfather language.
Hello. Because I'll tell you what, that recruiter brought you a list of 20 jobs, and maybe in 3 weeks or a month, all those 20 jobs will be filled, and maybe it's not you. But I said, guess what? The next day they get more. And guess what? The other person that you connected with, they have more a month from now and 2 months from now. They never run out of jobs.
No, they don't.
No,
They don't.
So get
And
a
the quality of
relationship.
people I have met at your events is incredible. I mean, just great on both sides of the table. Quality recruitment teams, quality candidates. It's a win-win situation.
Yep. And
We've got a
every
number
time,
of companies that are listening to us right now that I invited to the show on purpose. I want you guys to hear this because I want you guys to be a part of this, because guess what? Foster is going to be bugging you guys about participation in the future of this event.
yep, and we're going to grow. It's going to get to a place, Foster and I know it. We see it. We've seen the vision of it.
Mhm.
It's going to get to a place where there's going to be 200 job seekers. We're going to have dozens of recruiters in an event. Nobody's paying anything to get there, and people are going to be helped. That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
That's the whole crux. Guys, let's think about this thing. Let's dissect it a little bit. Jobfather talk. Okay. So you see a job posting, and you send your resume in. Let's just say it's Dana's company, Galderma, and you see Dana Gingerich is a recruiter. So you send your resume to Dana. Okay. Dana's got your resume. Number two, what if you know somebody that knows Dana? What if you know Foster or Craig that knows Dana and that can put in a good word for Dana, that can endorse Dana? Do you think that's starting to add a little value? Is getting a little bit closer to the camera? And guys, here's what's happening. I talk to you guys consistently every day. You guys are frustrated because you're applying for these jobs, but that's where you're holding off. Apply for that job, then find out, guys, if you're connected with someone in that company. If you are not, check with Foster and Dana, maybe. And we might know somebody in that company. We might be able to send your resume and say, okay, here's Jennifer Cade. She's applied for this job. I know Jennifer. These are the things that I like about Jennifer. And I'm suggesting that you consider Jennifer for this opportunity. Well, do you think that might add a little value? That was the situation with Craig when he was in job search.
Yeah.
Amazing. People criticize, the Indeeds and the job boards and all this stuff. And, oh, we never get anything. It's a black hole. And I always tell them, say, look, it's a 9-step process, or 10 or whatever you want to say. And the Indeed is the first step. Go, good for you. Nice job. Put it in there. Now go to the next step, which is networking. Go to the next step, which is meeting Jennifer. Go face to face and have lunch with Foster. Go find somebody that knows somebody and sit down and talk to them. That's the 4th step. I mean, come on, there's multiple steps.
Craig, share some additional steps. I think this is very valuable to hear your approach and advice. Any other steps you would recommend? Because this is so true. And often I would say, as job seekers, it's easy for the search to be one-dimensional or even two-dimensional. But we want a 3-dimensional or even as Craig says, 9-dimensional search. What else would you recommend?
Well, I'll give you a quick analogy first, but I always tell people, I say, look, when you bake a cake, you put some flour and eggs in there first, but you don't stop there. You don't go, well, I did my job and I'm not getting results. No kidding, because there's 6 other steps. So we got to do everything and then you get the cake. But I would say number 1, of course, you go to the job boards and you look for something. But if you see it and you say, man, and then step number 2 is do your research, for Pete's sakes. You're out of a job. You should have plenty of time on your hands. So go research this company for an hour. Find out everything you can about them, right? And then I'd say, well, what position would I want? Well, I want to be director of training. Okay. Hey, there's a thing called LinkedIn or Google. You could type in director of training from XYZ company. Find out who's there. Hello. I mean, again, this takes 20 minutes. It doesn't take 7 years. So find that director of training. Now, what do? Now you go network. Find out somebody who knows him. Go to LinkedIn. I'm pretty sure that person has like 300 or 500 people. You might know one of them. So that's the next step. And then, yes, these networking events, go to them. But again, you're going to them so you can meet somebody like Foster or Dana or a recruiter and say, hey, I know this guy who's a director of training over at XYZ company. His name's Bob Jones. Could you tell me, do you know anybody that might know Bob Jones, or can you tell me anybody in that company? And you meet somebody in that company and they say, well, I've been there 5 years. I know Bob. Okay, great. But again, it takes a little time. You just keep working it, networking, relationships. Oh,
that is
Jason
so
Hopper's with us, guys, and Jason says that the follow up is key. It is, guys.
It is.
We need to check in on what we're doing. That is, if you stepped out and you talked to Jennifer and you said, "Hey, Jennifer, I'm doing this," and well, don't you think that maybe a couple of days later, maybe that next week, you want to check in with Jennifer and see what the status is on that very thing that you're doing? That's just, job search, guys, really is a lot of common sense. You hear a lot of myths and things as you're out networking, but get with a Craig, get with a Dana, someone, a Jason Hoppers, especially. And I want to throw in a shameless plug for the Jewish Family Services. It's over in Dallas. Guys, go to jfsdallas.org. You will see a number of services that they have for job seekers. Now, my buddy Jason is one of the, hey, Heidi Torres. I said Heidi just popped in on us.
Hey, Heidi.
Jason's one of the coaches over there. Jason will tell you everything you want to know and introduce you to all the people over at JFS. We just call it JFS, Jewish Family Services. So, okay, that's where I wanted to throw that in, and why Jason is seeing these things that make sense, because Jason is involved in this network. Jason is a strong part of this network, and I'm going to shut up because Craig's got his hand up.
I got a question. Can I add one more thing to these things that you should do?
Oh, please.
Yes.
One more thing that I found to be highly successful that I had to learn the hard way. Every networking event I went to at the beginning, I went there because I needed a job and I wanted to find somebody who could help me. And it was always about, well, you work as a rubber manufacturing company. Well, I threw the card away because it didn't help me.
Yeah.
And so here's something that you could really do. It's a little bit more difficult, but you can do it. Is you meet these recruiters, right? You go to our event, you come meet a bunch of recruiters, and you actually go and try to help the recruiters. What a novel idea. And you get a recruiter say, man, do you have anything for me? No, not right now. Okay, that's fine. Well, what's your number one job you're trying to fill? Well, I'm trying to fill a CTO job. Really? Let me go search my network and find out if I can get a CTO and push them to you.
Wow.
And start helping the recruiters. And it just is a mind-blowing reversal of life, where instead of trying to get something, you try to give something, and boom, things happen.
Wow. And you develop that relationship. Let's say Dana is that recruiter. Dana will remember that Craig helped her do something.
I will.
And she'll and if Dana will not actively know what Craig is looking for and go and find something she can throw at Craig, if it pops up across her desktop, she's gonna think of Craig. You know what?
I'll recommend Craig to that
I need to share this with Craig. Craig's got a job right now. But you know what? This is how Dana and I are always making you guys roll your eyes in your head, talking about the network. The network, the worst that corporate America can throw at us out there, this network is the solution for all of that stuff. And go to jfsdallas.org. You want to link in with Jason Hopper. Jason has a wonderful personality. You guys saw Jason on the show a few weeks ago. And connect with Jason. Say, Foster told me to run his big mouth on that show talking about Jason Hopper. And Jennifer already knows Jason, and she can tell you what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yes. Awesome.
Craig, so what is the best way to connect with you?
The best way to connect with me is through LinkedIn. And the link's already been posted over here by Mez, I believe. So thank you very much. But you can connect with me. Either way, Foster has probably the same posts about our events that I do, so you can see them on his page as well.
Yeah.
And all the recruiters, we got 10 or 12 recruiters posting the exact same link, exact same image. So any of them you can connect with, but just connect with me on LinkedIn. That's the easiest way.
You will see that event on LinkedIn, boy. There's almost no way that you could miss it on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
And number of you guys, I am personally sending direct messages of the event to you guys, because I'm inviting you to come out to the event, because I know who's going to be there. I didn't even think that you might walk outside of the thing. You might walk in with X number of dollars, but you might walk out with 25 more. I never even thought about that. You might get a $25 gift certificate. Oh my
It's
God.
awesome.
You,
Yeah.
you
And
can
it's next
you can
Tuesday.
almost buy a Whataburger with $25. No, I'm kidding.
Thanks, Joe Biden. No.
Oh boy.
Things are about to get crazy in this chat. No, I'm just kidding. So it is, let's talk about that really quick. It is this upcoming Tuesday.
Uh-huh.
Tuesday the
Time,
27th.
location. Let's share it, Craig. We want to go. We want to be there.
Yeah, it's at Matrix Resources, which is 5151 Beltline Road in Dallas. And again, if you go to my LinkedIn page or Foster's LinkedIn page, you'll see the details. Here's a really cool thing. If you click on the registration link on LinkedIn, you get to see all the list of recruiters and what jobs they are trying to fill, where their expertise is. Go look at that and say, oh, I need to talk to this one, or I need to talk to that one.
And you know, guys, it's not, Craig and I have purposely invited recruiters to join us that aren't in the technology space.
Yeah.
We want this event to reach outside. We've got a big technology audience in Dallas, probably the biggest in the country. But you know what? If you're an accountant, you
HR,
might want
finance.
to come to HR, finance, whatever you is. Ooh, my mom's not living, not getting spanked. But you know what? You guys need to come. You need to network. You need to meet Craig. You need to meet Jennifer. You need to meet, oh my goodness, all these recruiters. Because you know what? Dana said it a while ago. No, it was Jason that said it. Recruiters know recruiters.
Absolutely.
We do. It is
That's
true.
what we do. That's the way we help each other.
Yeah. Yeah. Typically throughout our tenure, we have come across different recruiters, different styles, different organizations, and different recruiting backgrounds. And so we often share information, resumes, and help recruiters fill their roles and help job seekers find good roles for them.
Yep.
And last I remember, what is great about Craig's events is that he has a great diverse set of recruiters that come in.
Very much
people
so,
that
yeah.
you definitely want to meet in person, people that you definitely want to build a relationship with. These events are phenomenal. They are enjoyable. Everybody is so friendly. And Craig keeps things on schedule, which makes a huge difference. Things are actually run well. They're on time. And we are sensitive to the individuals joining us and their times in the evenings. You cannot lose by joining this, not only this upcoming event, but Craig, correct me, is it once a month, and it's the third Tuesday of the month, right?
It's well, that's close, but totally wrong. It is every other month.
Every other month. Okay.
That's right.
It's the fourth Tuesday of the month.
I mean, no whammies. No whammies.
Oh man, 40 seconds to commercial. All right.
40 seconds. Well, so to repeat, everybody, every other month, fourth Tuesday of the month. Again, if you're not already linked in with Craig and Foster and myself on LinkedIn, please go in, link with us so that you can get live updates. Craig is really good about us starting to share the event a couple weeks in advance to give you time to plan and get it on your calendar. Well, I hear the music. Yep, we will be back in just a minute with the second half of our show. We are excited for Jennifer Cade.
Here's important new information from the Diabetes Solution Center for you, a family member, or a loved one suffering with diabetes. If you have lost your provider, or if you need a provider for diabetic supplies, you may qualify to receive your diabetic testing supplies now with little or no out-of-pocket cost, regardless of your age. All you need is Medicare or private insurance to be potentially eligible. Call the Diabetes Solution Center right now for details. Just takes a couple of minutes. Our friendly, knowledgeable agents will give you free, no-obligation information, handle all the insurance paperwork, and make sure your supplies are delivered directly to your door for free.
Call U.S. Medical Supply 24 hours a day. 800-597-9323.
800-597-9323. 800-597-9323. Call right now. 800-597-9323.
Out-of-date carpet giving you the blues? Tired of your old, dingy, and broken tile? Let my friends at the Floor Store in Cleveland, Texas give your home the makeover it deserves. This is Old Taco Joe coming to you for the Floor Store. Whether it's carpet, tile, wood flooring, or real wood laminate, the Floor Store can cover all of your flooring needs. Located at 405 West Henderson Street in Cleveland, Texas, owner Brent Harris can help. Shower tile, tub surrounds, even backsplashes. Give them a call today at 817-641-9444. The Floor Store, they've got you covered.
When you're hungry for tender brisket or some delicious homemade cobbler, then look no further than Leach Brothers Barbecue, located at 1106 East Henderson, Cleveland, Texas. Leach Brothers has been family-owned and operated since 1950. Take it from me, Taco Joe Orwinski. Todd and his family have been filling my belly breakfast, lunch, and dinner for a long time. Heck, I even have my own booth, open Monday through Saturday, 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. Come see them for dine-in, carry-out, and all your catering needs.
Joco Community Radio. Listen live at tunein.com.
All right. Can you hear me?
I think so. Can you hear me, Foster?
I got it. I got everybody
We are
there.
back. Welcome back, Jobfather Nation. We are excited to be back for the second half of the show with your one and only Jobfather, Foster Williams, and our guest, Jennifer Cade. We had an exciting, jam-packed first half where we got to hear from master networker himself, Craig Bohall. Thank you, Craig.
That's what he is, yeah.
Yep, and we are excited about the event next week. But Foster, help us dive into the second half and introduce us to Jennifer.
Yeah, you guys need to meet Jennifer. I want you companies. I've invited a number of you companies to watch